Hello everybody, how's it going? We are back in all the mods 10, and some things have changed behind us, as you can kind of see. Like there's a sink and a new water puddle, and I've set up the blast furnace and everything. I've pretty much tried to move everything over here, and then I went ahead and like reset up some of this basic stuff, so like our inscribers are going again. I went ahead and I brought the flawless budding over here and put it with a growth accelerator, so that way we have unlimited that now. I think that's about it. I did go ahead and I went through and I did a lot of this stuff so that way we have an extra stack of charged. We have over 2 stacks of Fluix and another over stack of Certus quartz. I knew that we were going to need it. And then the other big thing is I don't remember how much storage exactly we had when we left off, but I did work on that a little bit. And then I went into the mining dimension, and I went ahead and started a mine. Basically, went all the way down to the bedrock, and we had a ridiculous like this is 2 times compressed netherrack, which means there's 81. So each one of these is 81 netherrack, and we have 108 of them. So basically, we have 8,000 netherrack right there. And I said no, thank you. And then yeah, pretty much that. And so we have some of these things auto compressing. And I went ahead and upgraded a stack upgrade. So now each stack can hold 512, knowing that we're going to get a ton of ores and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all that's changed. And then we can zoop over to the farm real quick, and it's basically just the farm. I've changed just moving stuff over really is all that it is. But on to the last couple of big things, right? So we want to make a warp stone. We're missing ender pearls. We should not be missing ender pearls because we have extras right there. I was gonna be like, hopefully there aren't very many things that you can craft in here, but there it is. So that way we can go to wherever we need to without having to worry about that. Our backpack I also did upgrade. We have the compression upgrade just that way, the cobblestone netherrack deep slate that we end up getting will auto compact in here. And then I also have the feeding upgrades. That way it just eats our steak and potatoes without us having to worry about it. Yes, I also forgot to mention this. I upgraded to an emerald furnace, which is just faster than the blast furnace. But they're both running through some ores right now because I knew that we were going to be needing some stuff to start in our big, wonderful quest for things such as mechanism, because we really want to get to the digital miner. Or actually, no, I think we can just go with the quarry. Can we? The quarry from RF Tools. No, it's not the quarry, it's the builder. That's what we're looking for. We need another ender pearl. We also need some blue dye. We can go ahead and make up one of those. We have our aluminium, so then we just need a singular ender pearl. Which, for the ender pearl, isn't it kind of up and around this direction? I believe. That warped forest. And then hopefully, don't do this to us. You just dropped a chain helmet? That's... I mean, Wither 2 is a pretty good in. That's pretty decent, I'm gonna be honest. You sound like you're right here. Just stop teleporting. I need to get something that stops the Enderman that I hit from teleporting. Is that a thing somewhere? I don't want the Enderman charm. I was just hoping for something that would like stop them from teleporting around. But it doesn't really look like that's a thing, unfortunately. I really wish it was. And there's the Ender inhibitor. But I was hoping that there would be some like relic or something that we would be able to grab without them teleporting. Because then I give them the wither, and then they just like zoom around because they're always dying. And then Wither 2 is like fairly powerful, and so then they zoom away and then they die. Kind of an unfortunate situation. Like it's just like that weird. It's like having flame, or not flame. I guess it's fire aspect on your sword. He's always having fire aspect. You know, you hit them, they light on fire, and then every time they take damage, they zoom around again. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go back home. Does that just have durability? That's frustrating. I don't remember that ever having a durability. Hmm. Okay. So once we're gonna hit this up, and we're just gonna place this kind of like there in the middle. And this technically has nothing that it can really do, sadly, on its own, because you're gonna need some of these. You're gonna need some cards and some other different things. But that shouldn't be too difficult if we just go to RF, and then we should want a. It should be one of the. Is it one of the modules? That's a filter module, which wouldn't be half a bad idea. That way we can tell it what we actually want. No, it's up here is where it is. Okay, shape card quarry. Let's go ahead and we don't have any diamonds. I guess I can press them all. Oops. So shape card quarry, let's go ahead and let's build our shovel. Build. I don't even think we have what we need to make bricks, or do we? No, we do not. Okay. Let's just go ahead and grab out like a stack of 32 of those. We'll put them in there, and that should get through our 3 that we need fairly fast. We'll also soar levels. Yeah, there we go. And then now we can make that, which will let us make that. So we have both of those, which are good. And then next we just need to work on our power supply for it. So we're going to put those, well, we're going to run over. We're going to run over to the this dimension real quick, and we'll put them in there. But unfortunately, that doesn't quite work because we do need to have a decent power supply for it, which we are going to work on now. So, for power supplies, some of the easier, basic, decent ones are probably going to come from Mechanism. Like you can do the wind powers, which will be enough to get us by for now. To do that, though, we are going to need some infused alloys, which come from our friend the metallurgic infuser. So, all that basically just to say that we have to get into Mechanism a little bit, at least to begin with. Which, I mean, obviously, we're going to get into a little bit more later, but this is at least some of the basics. Where's the gas burning generator? I could have sworn that I saw it and then I lost it. I'm clearly not thinking of the right thing. No. I'm okay. Heat. The heat generator. We need it. I mean, I was hoping not to have to use the dark stone, but sure, whatever. Yes, so now we have a heat generator. And then now it's time for the metallurgic infuser, which will bring us to 2 more furnaces that are undoubtedly going to use blackstone. Or darkstone, because they aren't using blackstone. Okay, this is really where things start to pick up. We'll just put it there. So, now that we have this, it's time for the enrichment chamber. Enrichment chamber is that one. Which we need the basic controls, which are redstone and osmium. So let's go ahead and grab out some of that, and then grab out some of our osmium. Is it, I forget, is it 1 per? No, it's not. Okay. So that should be enough to get us through 25 of them. Which should be enough for now, honestly. And I don't, yeah, this only uses like 20 FE per tick, so our little lava generator back there should be fine for now. Once we start upgrading and ramping things up, obviously that's not going to be that would be an issue. And I forgot that we don't have any redstone right now. Let's just go ahead and take out some of that then. I will say that is definitely one of the things that we're going to have to work on. It's a little bit of an issue right now just to have it so that way things are easier. Like, to have things auto-compacting, but obviously that can't remain that way for forever. Because, well, this is pretty much nice because it just doubles it, only using 20 FE per tick. So instead of the 1, we now get 2 iron ingots without having to go through the whole... Oh no, we just get the iron dust. Okay. Without having to go through the whole ore hammer, which is nice. So I think with that, we should just about be ready to start up the wind generators, right? Because that's osmium infused alloy or infused alloy. So that would be a redstone with copper. Let's just go ahead and grab out some copper. And then if we go ahead and we enrich this, right, then that should be enough to take on, maybe do 3. That'll get us 24 more of the infused alloy. Because once you enrich this, it pops into this beautiful little enriched redstone type thing, which instead of these taking 2... Oh no, I lied. So instead of these only giving you 10, like they give you like 10 of these little redstone here, I believe these ones give you 80. Yes. So that should give you 4. 4 instead of 1/2. So it times it by 8, which is very, very nice. And then if we just go ahead and we pump in those. Basic control circuits are also used for a lot of stuff, so it'll be decent just to use once we get there. Like, that'll be used for a lot of upgrading of machines and whatnot. Which we can probably start to do at any point. We just, have to get there first, I guess. Can we upgrade this already? We can. So it just makes them a little bit faster. You can do 3 at a time. It's actually really, really nice, which I probably should have done to this one here. But I forgot about that, and I don't really want to dump the redstone out. I think we are just going to swap those, though. And know that that needs that. Okay. For the windmill. It's not the windmill, it's the wind generator. 1. I just don't want to put the redstone in there because I know that it'll get used up. Which is... Oh, it's going to charge those. Okay. But, so there's one wind generator. How much does it generate? 153. It might go up a little bit once we come over to this dimension, because I think it generates based on how high you are. And so having a little bit of extra height isn't gonna hurt anything, that's for sure. We'll just go ahead and we'll put that there. That generates 296 FE per tick. Yeah, much better, and it's better than our little lava generators, which, while they are very effective, just don't quite cut it, if you know what I mean. Two, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're gonna need a couple more of the infused alloys to make an extra 2 of them, which we already have enough. There we go, 2 more, and then I think if we end up making just 1 more in total, that would be a decent amount of power for it. I mean, it's not going to be fantastic, and it won't be enough to run it at full speed, but it will be what it will be. So I think we need, what, 2 more? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. But I mean, every little bit helps, honestly. So it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it's pretty efficient. Let's grab some energy pipes and our wrench. This should now be getting power. Or do I need to... Do I need to set all these to extract? Yeah, there we go. These are not gonna be super great, are they? It's not able to fill up fast enough. Okay, so let's come back over here. That is an unfortunate part of the energy pipes, is just that they aren't able to go fast enough. So if we look at, do we have upgrades? Yeah, we have some upgrades that we can make. One, two, we should need 3 of each. Let's grab a couple more redstone. Okay. Let's hope that that is enough to do what we need. Oh, we needed, no, we need 3, okay. Okay, so it's the extraction limit that needs to be, so we need 1 more. Which even then, it doesn't look like it's super duper fast. We need some more of these. And then we need 1 more of the improved. And that should at least give it a decent 206 FE per tick, 8,000 FE per tick. So yes, that will cover all of that. And what we're making almost, it's we're gonna round it to 300. So we're making 1,200 energy a tick, which is most certainly not gonna be enough, but that's okay. Okay. So we're going to want, I believe we want a solid box. Or do we want a prism? Yeah, it should be fine. Okay, and then you basically just determine how far you want it. So if you can do something like that. Is this able to show us? It would be very nice if it did. Actually, I forgot that we do need a little bit of, we need a lever, pretty much, to make this thing run. Which should just be fairly simple. And then the other thing that we are going to need is we're going to need a, I think we're just going to do a barrel. And then we're going to upgrade this barrel. Oh, is this already, oh, it is already a sophisticated storage barrel. How nice of it to be that. We're just gonna take this sucker on through to the highest level that we can take it, which is decent. And then we are going to want a compressing upgrade. Well, no, do we need a compacting upgrade? Uh, it'd probably be halfway decent to make a compacting upgrade. We're out of the cobblestone. See, this is what I mean. Where like sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not to have this. So, and then we're also going to want a stack. Well, I guess if we just do enough stack upgrades, we should be fine. So if we do a stack upgrade tier 1, and then tier 1, I think we can just go straight to iron, right? I think we're going to go ahead and do 3 of them. So there's that. We're going to miss some of the blocks. Oh, we are very low on gold. Which is why I had the gold smelting. Because I knew that we were low on gold. Sometimes you know about things and then you forget your solutions to these things. We should have enough diamonds. We in fact do not have enough diamonds. Oh, we have tons of diamonds. The issue is not that we don't have the diamonds. The issue is that we have compressed them all. There we go. Okay. And then, do we have our sleepy bag on us? Because I would like it to be day. But having an auto quarry will be incredibly nice. We definitely did just sleep, and it did not do anything. Which is very unique. Okay. The other thing is that we're probably going to want... if we do a good, like, what? 128 blocks in each direction. That that shouldn't be that bad. And then we're going to need our beautiful barrel with all of its stack up. Oh, we can only store 2. Okay, that's good to know before we got too into it. We're gonna need some item pipes. And did we put the quarry card in there? The quarry card popped out. Yeah, I can see that being an issue. Or is it that we don't... I remember that there was something funky about it. I was just trying to remember exactly what it was. Is it that it just pops into the bottom of it? Or maybe the top of it? Hopefully that works. And then we're going to want our filter card. Add tags. It should be 4. So it should... Let's come in here. This should be under... Forge ore, I believe is what it goes under. But clearly not. Or is that just coal ores? Well, let's stick it in there, and let's see what it says. There we go. It is now taking out all of the ores. I think we're definitely running out of deficit. Which, that should be okay, because holy cow, is there a lot of space in this. And it should just run down now, right? Oh, I completely forgot. We're at 253. Turn that off. We're at 253. Does it go down to 0? We're gonna have to run down all the way down here. I did the math wrong because I forgot to set the y elements correctly. So once we do the y elements correctly, then it should be running all the way down to the ground. I just have to remember what this dimension runs all the way down to. Which should not take forever, but it will take us a moment. But you can basically see the mine, right? And then we went in that way for. They're gonna show me. Doesn't really like to show me. Okay, but we went a very, very long ways down. Which was just our pickaxe, and then we put it into a vein mine that does a 3x3 tunnel, and then you just vein mine and run. No, it goes down to -64. Okay. So then we can run back up. And while we're running back up at an incredibly fast speed, holy cow, we get to do the math of how many blocks down it needs to go. And almost there. We're going to be very fast and shoot out of this tunnel when we're out. Okay, beautiful. So we are at 253. So that means that we're going to need 317 down. So I believe this is the Y. So if we just do an even 400, if we set it there, right? The builder should be at the northwest. I forget how to. Forget how it is to make it do that. Is it add anything? Does not seem to be. I understand now why this is going poorly. We definitely did not want a prison. We definitely did want a box. Okay. So there we go. It'll mine all the ores in that area. And then it's at now it's collecting. Okay, makes more sense now. I was like, I forget what exactly is happening here. Okay, we are definitely running a deficit, and we are now out of that deficit. Seems to be going fairly well. We are going to get a ton of coal and a ton of copper, but 16,000 per stack is going to be a-okay with me. I think the other thing that we might do just real quick is swap the position of the barrel. Can I have the barrel, please? Thank you. Look, I think if we swap the position of the barrel, then that should let us kind of see what's going on with the builder a little bit better. Hopefully. Are there any other ores? Yeah, I have more copper. Okay, and then if we put the lever on there, turn that back on. There we go. And then now you can kind of see the mode. It's in a normal quarry. It's at chunk 0 of 81. Then the other thing that we have to do is go to the map. We want to go ahead and claim and chunk load this one right here. And this will just run. It'll run and run and run until we basically don't need it to run anymore. And that'll be what it'll be in. That should be decent. I mean, we already have 22 extra diamonds, which is nice. And I don't think we've gotten any, yeah, no, we haven't gotten any netherite yet. But that'll be okay. I also don't think that this can collect all the modium for us. But again, I think we're doing decent on that right now. So it should be fine. But that's our automatic quarry. So now we don't have to worry about ores probably ever again, which is fantastic. And a huge step up. So I think the next steps are, what are the next steps? Well, the next step one is to get that random piece of glass off. I don't know who would have put that there. Next steps. I think some of the next steps are going to be to go ahead and get, can we stick that in there? That way if we take, what can we take out of here? We can take the diamonds out. I think that's the only thing that really has it super compacting. I think we take out the diamonds, then we'll be fine to maintain a decent normal order. I'm going to say that that's actually like a very, very good point to where we need to be at. I don't think there's much else that we need right now to set up. I think we have our basic infrastructure. So I think what we're going to end up doing next, right? We're going to need our scrap basically, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start setting up all the modium gear and hopefully going after some of the bosses. Like, you know, we're going to need to take down quite a few of them. And so, how did I get 2 nature's compasses? I don't know. But we're going to be setting up to take down the bosses. They're going to be decently rough. But once we do that, we'll basically be done with the beginning. I mean, granted, there are like a couple of random quests here and there. And then I think we can go ahead and start setting up the enchanting as well. the oh so beautiful enchanting table that comes with all of the apotheosis fun times. Very, very fun times. Because we should be able to get some crazy good things in here once we set up all of that. But to do that, we are going to need to defeat the Warden and the Ender Dragon and the Wither. So, a couple of different things to start up on. Mob farms are also going to be a good next step. At least a basic something to get us going in that. Because we do have the Apotheosis spawners, which are very, very good for that. And then I think we'll be good for a little bit. And we're going to get to do some more fun things. All right, I think we're going to call that an episode here, though. So if you guys enjoyed, if you found anything helpful, make sure to let me know by dropping a like and a comment and a subscription if you're not already subscribed, all of that fun stuff. And hopefully you guys did enjoy. I will see you guys in the next episode, and toodaloo.